This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm wishing for all of you a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, for January 20, 2023, alleged family dispute over land leaves one dead, 2 in custody. Police in Mandeville are theorizing that an alleged 6-year family dispute over land and houses in the South Central Parish is a possible motive for Thursday's shooting death of a United Kingdom resident, Michael Brown. Brown, otherwise called Jimmy, 48, was killed about 12:20 a.m. while in bed, 4 days after laying his 74-year-old mother to rest. Head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Shane McCullough told the news that the police had intervened in the long-standing family dispute over property and houses. Up to as recent as the night of January 18, the police had to intervene in a domestic dispute between relatives. All the necessary actions were taken, persons were warned, McCullough said. However, the police's intervention wasn't sufficient to prevent Brown's death. The dispute stems from as far back as 2015, and it is various properties not only located there in Miketown, but in other areas of Manchester, about 5 houses in total, said McCullough. A police source told the news that up to last Thursday, 2 of Brown's relatives were taken into police custody. Superintendent McCullough earlier said the 2 relatives were persons of interest. We would have gone to the extent where we also referred relatives to the Restorative Justice Department as another avenue of intervention into the long-standing dispute over the properties, said McCullough. The police chief said the relatives were counseled for hours. We brought them in and spoke to them for hours to try to come to some level of understanding, and even after we did that, we still referred the matter to the Restorative Justice Program for them to go through as another layer of intervention, he said. Manchester has over the years seen gruesome cases involving domestic disputes, and McCullough is urging residents to find amicable means of resolving conflicts. On Thursday, when the news visited one of Brown's family properties in Miketown, some grief-stricken family members expressed their disgust at the series of events leading up to his death. The whole of here is family property. I am Madame Comberry. We no see no sign of forced entry to the room he was in. And I'm bed he was killed, said one of the family members. The relative pointed to 3 houses on the Miketown property, claiming the structures were a part of the contention between other relatives. You know much night me have to call police because of the same dispute. Them even threaten each other after the burial, said the family member. The relative claimed that Brown's mother suffered during the dispute and claimed that the matriarch was attacked by another relative, forcing her to run from her home in the nude, seeking help. I'll know me can't believe this killing end up happening. It is the way of the world, said the family member. Another family member said last September, Brown installed a closed-circuit television system to monitor the family property because of the same family dispute. 87-year-old widow and a childhood friend among SSL suspects fraud victims. An 87-year-old widow and a childhood friend of the alleged schemer in the $3 billion scam uncovered at Stocks and Securities Limited were left shell-shocked after learning that they were among dozens of account holders defrauded in one of Jamaica's biggest financial scandals. Already, Everton McFarlane, Executive Director of the Financial Services Commission, the statutory regulator for non-deposit-taking institutions, has resigned. The senior citizen who asked not to be identified but was listed among the victims, the former SSL employee allegedly confessed to swindling, told the news that she had been trying to determine the status of her account for months. However, she said that she was unable to get an update from the former employee, who she met through her late husband, who also held an account with SSL. I couldn't get any answers, and I know why now. She didn't answer, and I keep messaging asking her to let me know. I even said to her on one of the WhatsApp messages, I know you're busy, but ask somebody to let me have an account because I really need the funds to do something. But I didn't get a response, the woman said Thursday. She said she only learned that she had been impacted after she was contacted by her attorney 3 days ago and informed that her account had been defrauded. On Tuesday, The octogenarian's name appeared on a list of alleged SSL victims that was widely circulated on social media. She said that she had been with the investment firm before it was renamed from Paul Chen Young and Company Limited to SSL in 2006. A lot of the deposits were cash. We save up and carry little go put down, she told the news. Now I don't know exactly how much I have. Sometimes she sent the statement in Jamaican, sometimes she sent it in US. I should have $3 million, but I don't know. So I've just prayed and left it in God's hands, said a woman who resides overseas. She said that she is yet to get a status update from SSL or the FSC, which has taken control of the investment firm. Like the senior, a businessman in his late 40s told the news on Thursday that he too remained in the dark about the status of his account despite several attempts to get answers. He said that he has known the former employee since he was 10 years old. The two grew up in the same rural community and both attended the same high school. I know her family, I know her dad, and a part of the reason why I invested in SSL was because of her tenure there, the man who asked her not to be identified said. I am totally appalled to learn that somebody who I have known for in excess of 35 years would have done this, and I am very much more disappointed with the response from both the SSL and the FSC, he added. The man said when he first learned that multi-Olympic and World Championships gold medalist Usain Bolt's SSL account had been defrauded of millions, he reached out to the former employee to ascertain if he had also been affected. He said he got no feedback from his former friend and SSL. The man said his portfolio consisted of stocks and bonds. He said that someone mentioned his former friend's name to him on Friday, a day after the news first reported that Bolt's account had been swindled, telling him that she was being implicated in the fraud. There's a sense of shock because for me, it is the loss of hard-earned savings and the loss of a friendship, he said. The businessman said he was on high alert and again called the SSL and finally obtained a balance that did not align with the last statement sent to him by the former SSL employee. But I've not been able to get any official word from them. No one has called me to date. I am utterly disappointed. None of the institutions has reached out to me, even when you now have leaked information into the public sphere, he said. The money that I see in that document, based on what I was told, seems to be underreported. At this point, I am not sure of what is fact or fiction, he said, adding that what has been reported is half of what is missing from his account. Additionally, he said the leaked document has made him and the other fraud-hit persons a target. How are average Jamaicans to trust the FSC and the police force, he fumed. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark told a journalist on Thursday that McFarlane resigned from the post just days after the news exposed a 2017 FSC report that questioned the regulator's oversight of SSL. The Bank of Jamaica's Chief Prudential Officer, Major Karen Burrell, will act in the position. The FSC regulates investment houses, while the BOJ oversees deposit-taking institutions such as commercial banks. Clark said that he accepted McFarlane's resignation, which takes effect on January 31. McFarlane took up the post in August 2017. On Wednesday, McFarlane told a journalist that the FSC found no reason to suspend or revoke the license of SSL, even after it noted concerns about the investment firm's culture of non-compliance and mismanagement of clients' funds. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.